So, welcome and welcome back to Pon's Tinkering Garage, and today we're going to continue our stream. So this is going to be stream number two. Stream number one, we created this waistband, which we already published, and yeah. So yeah. By the way, there's a short announcement. This is going to be the official announcement that I finally opened what basically is a donation box, right? So you will find the link down on the description box on YouTube, or if you're a member of my Discord server, you will see a new channel called Donation Box. Because, come on, guys, you know that the content that I make is kind of the world first in one way or the other. And the reason why you're here is, number one, you love clothing very, very well. And second, you are, stuck around for so long. I mean, like, if you're here from the original series, Taylor's Approach to Cloth Sewing, I mean, like, you are stuck around after 8 hours of the original series, and then another 4 hours for the outside, and then another an hour or two for the skirt series. And of course, you love clothing very much, but the second reason is that the reason why you stuck around for so long is because you know that there is no other channel or anywhere else on the internet that tell you how to do this way, and this way is the proper and the correct way to do that. So yeah, I mean, like, I believe you know I believe that education should be free, and I share very much with Blender's dream that the whole thing can be free and can be very, very good. So yeah, let's prove to the world that we can do it, that we can have a free education, not nay, a free, high quality and groundbreaking education here on YouTube, right? So yeah, because the thing is, this kind of things is, I mean, like, the more I see it, the more I see people, benefit from this. I see that, this technique should be taught in schools or some other places where they can share information, because uh, the technique is very good and all that. And yeah, so let's go back to the donation box. Oh yeah, if you are a crypto guy, a crypto bro, and you have some spare coins, pun intended, I mean, like, if you want to put it into good use, I've also provided my USDT link down in the description box, right? So yeah, that's a bit of a small announcement on the donation box, right? So yeah, now let's go back to it, right? So this is the second stream, and we're gonna continue the first stream where we actually made uh, this a waistband. So the waistband is gonna be very important. We're gonna use it. Well, you're very likely to use it on many outfits, on many clothing. So it's very important, and this is the first step that we took to learn that. And in this video, we're gonna make a short basically. So it's gonna be something like that. If you want to see the final thing, so let's put on uh, my rig, right? So that is a short, and yeah, I mean, like, of course, I mean, like, if you the moment at the end of the day, I mean, like, at the end of the videos, when you've learned how to make a short, it's going to be very easy for you to make a long trousers, because the legs bit is kind of, it's just a rectangular piece of fabric with a bit of trimming down the middle. So so yeah, I mean, like, this bit is actually the most important bit because this is the trickiest bit, and that is the part where it's kind of worth to explain, right? So that is going to be the basic. Yeah, the top bit. I think the top bit is going to be like the basic, the fundamental of trousers making, right? So yeah, that's what we're gonna make, and of course, it all started with the waistband, right? And the thing is, after I streamed my waistband video on the first stream, I kind of noticed it's just in editing stage that I noticed something that is worth pointing out, right? So this is gonna be the part where I pointed out I'm gonna fix or optimize the waistband first, and then we're gonna go to the second part where we actually make the trousers, right? So yeah, I mean, like, let's hide our rig, right? And so if you remember that this is our waistband, and this is the draft, right? Not the fabric, the waistband. So this one is the basic, and this one is the one with the bit of hook for the buttons and the zippers, right? So this is what we made the last time. So there is one thing that I want to point out is that uh, that bit. So if you take a look at this waistband, of course, I mean, like, you will notice that there's this kind of a hook happening. So there's that, and then that. It's gonna be kind of, this part is gonna be very pointy, right? So if we bring back our rig, I mean, like, of course, it seems nice that it kind of follows the curvature of the hip, right? And it looks very, very natural in one way, but the thing is, it looks natural when you just see the waistband bit, right? Because when we put the trousers, this is how it's gonna look like. You see, there is not gonna be the hook bit, so there's not gonna be that bit, right? So when you have that hook, what's gonna happen is that it's gonna be it will have a bit of deformation when you join it with the short bit. It's gonna create some sort of a uh, crumpling part around that bit because you now have this hook that's gonna have to be pushed up so that it's straight, and it's gonna create a bit of weird stuff happening in the middle. So that's what I figured out, and the reason why we have that kind of hook is that pointy part is because if we go back to our draft of our waistband, we have that bit. You see that bit. So if we take a measurement, right, and if we pull a line here, and then we create an angle, you will notice that this bit, this hook bit, is 74 degrees. Let's make it nice and fit so we can get a good number. Right, so that is 73 degrees. So that angle is 73 degrees. 73 degrees, right. So that is the thing that caused that pointy hook. So let's bring back our waistband. So that is the reason why we have that bit in here. So because we have something that is less than 90-degree angle at this middle seam, right? So that is kind of a that's kind of a universal knowledge that I will kind of invoke many times later, because when you make pants, 90-degree angle, the right angle, is going to be the thing that you would strive for. You can go more than 90, so you can go 95, 100, 110, 115, but you cannot make it less than 90. So you can make it more, but not less, because once you have less than 90-degree, what you will have is that uh, pointy hook thing right around anywhere around the seams usually. So yeah, that is kind of a kind of a basic fundamental knowledge when it comes to sewing in general, right? So yeah, the thing is that bit is the thing that we're gonna fix first, right? So yeah, so let's do that. So if you take our fabric, right? I'm gonna duplicate it and I'm gonna call it for this time waistband 002 because sorry, waistband 003, right? So and we're gonna make this, oh, let's call it waistband and then use the cut, and let's do the thing that I already did. I'm just gonna repeat the whole thing again. uh, so this is the curve that we have used earlier, right? So we've got the bottom seam, which is again 35 centimeters. So by the way, in case you forgot, our waist measurement, the bottom bit is 70, right? There you go. And the top bit is 64. 64? Right, so let's see. 64. Right. So that is the measurement. And yeah. So that bit, let's check it out. I don't remember. Oh yeah, okay. So that is 32. Right. So the part where we're gonna fix is let's take that. Let's first of all let's duplicate our bottom seam so that we got a nice copy. And when you go to edit mode, you will realize that the easiest way to make a 90-degree angle from this bit to that bit is basically select the right handle, which is here, and we're gonna use normal, right? So normal means that it will point out that way, so that Y is exactly 90 degrees. So you can go E for extrude, and oh, now it changed to X. So you're gonna move this 4 centimeters, right? Because the middle bit is 4 centimeters, and so the, the seam should be 4 centimeters as well. And that also the thing that we didn't do last time, because if we take that bit, so I mean, like, if you go back to our waistband 1, you will notice that this part is not exactly 4 centimeters, right? So if you segment, it's 4.75. So it is the middle seam is bigger than, well, another middle seam. So one middle seam is shorter than that middle seam, if that makes any sense. And that should not be the case, because that middle seam should be equal to that middle seam. So yeah, so that's gonna be 4 centimeters, right? And yeah, so we're gonna redo our top seam. So let's copy our bottom seam again, and we're gonna call it top seam, right? And we're gonna move it 4 centimeters. And yeah, the easiest way, so you see that is where that bit should be, right? So let's scale it. So right now it is 35, And let's go to our, let's scale it down first, right? Select all, global bounding box, and we're gonna scale it until it's roughly somewhere around that, right? And how much is that? So let's scale it down, and you will notice that that is 31. Ah, what happened? That should oh, bounding box 30 3D cursor, sorry. So don't choose bounding box, 3D cursor, because we're gonna scale it down to the, you know, the 3D cursor, right? So we're gonna scale it down, and let's see that it's 33, so somewhere around that, and then we're just gonna snap it to that bit, basically, right? So that is gonna be 33.2. So you see, it is a little bit longer than that, right? This one is 32, this one is 33, and that's gonna be fine, right? To be honest, because this is how 32 looks like, and it looks very, very, very well. So, because the thing is, what's gonna matter is, what's more important at least, is that thing, that 90 degrees thing, and as long as you have 90 degrees, it's gonna be fine at a later stage. So yeah, we got it, and we got that, and so right now we no longer need that bit. We can just delete vertices, and now we can just make our waistband, right? So we're gonna cut it with the bottom seam and the top seam selected, mesh and knife project, right? And then we're gonna make a cut from that bit to that bit, right? So now we can select all the cut seam, and we're gonna press V, and we're gonna go to face mode, L for length, select length, and go X faces, right? So look at that. Now it's very nice, and that is great, right? So I'm gonna do the cleaning bit, right? So I'm gonna probably fast forward this. So that should be 35, 38. We're gonna lose 3. This 1, 2, 3. Now, however, for the top seam, it's because it's 33. We're gonna make it 33 edges, right? Not 32, right? So yeah, let's do that. These are 36, and we're gonna check. This is 36, so we have to lose 3. Another 3. 1, 2, 3. And for that bit, this is something that I also forgot from the earlier bit is that you see that I don't clean up the middle seam, and that is very much against my fundamental teaching. So the thing is, you know, you don't have to clean this up, but well, I guess you should, because even though you don't need it, but I think you should clean it up, because it's just a lot better when you do. So yeah, I'm gonna clean it up, and now I end up with a nice 4 edges, right? So the thing is, if you want to make it really, really, you know, really, really good, make it really, really swell. So you got 4 edges, and you know that that is 4 centimeters. So what you can do is that you see that it's not even distribution. It's not evenly distributed. And what you can do is that you can slide this with GG. So by pressing G, you moving it but by pressing it double, you can slide it along the edges. So we're gonna do that until this one, the number is 1 centimeter. Right? And we're gonna do that with that bit. We're gonna do that with that last bit. Here's this one actually. So too much. Okay, that's pretty close. Okay, so now we got evenly distributed middle same, right? So yeah, now we can hide it. And this is gonna be our basic waistband, right? And we're gonna, of course, we're gonna make the one with the hook later, but I think we're gonna stick with this one first, and we're gonna continue to our the short bit, right? The that bit, what's called that bit. So that is the waistband, and that is the short bit. So yeah, we're gonna move on to that, and that is actually the interesting part because this is something that I have never um, talked about, right? So this is something that I kind of spent a lot of time with. So let's go to world origin and let's just go to waistband. Sorry, duplicate our waistband. So let's bring it up. Let's rotate it along the 3D cursor. So yeah, now you've got your waistband, right? So right. So let's show our rig, right? So now I can just move it up to the top, move it to the back, and oh, by the way, I kind of forgot to let's add simple modifier first. Simple deform, I mean, then Z 120/70. Yeah, so by the way, I kind of forgot to do this one thing. I mean, like, if you notice that there's this kind of bit piercing through, I kind of forgot to do this. Is that just angle your trousers, sorry, the waistband, to something like 15 probably, or maybe 10, whatever number. And if you move it up, and yeah, that piercing happens less, right? So yeah, that's the trick to do that, because the thing is, you will notice that if you watch my outside series, the trousers of the outside series, you will notice that I explain the whole bit about why waistbands should be angled, right? Because, well, the reason is because human body, especially if you're a woman, you will have this basically an angle. So if you take another measurement, you will basically have an angle happening here, basically. So yeah, so it's gonna be that. Can I add another? Oh no, I cannot. So yeah, that thing is basically at an angle. So 90 degrees. Yep, and let's put it that way. So that thing, as you can see, that is how the the hip is angled basically. So yeah, so that's the reason why you should angle your waistband. So okay, so that is good. Now we can just apply that, and we can also apply that, and we're gonna sew that bit to that bit. And the thing is, you will also see that angle when you simulate this anyway. So if you notice that from the earlier experiment, that this one naturally angle itself. So this one is not rotated, but that it will normally rotate itself anyway. So yeah, whether or not the angle will happen anyway, whether or not you rotate your waistband or not. So yeah, we can take that. We can just copy the cloth, sorry, copy to select it. And yeah, now we have this. Right. Timeline, go to 0, and cache, maybe 0 as well. Right, sewing. Oh, by the way, I would like to change it. So let's, first of all, let's just run the simulation. Yeah, however, yeah, you got that. And it's pretty cool. But if you notice that there's a bit of, you know, a bit of deformation around the waistband, what you can do is basically you can go to the cloth and you can change it to something like leather, and you will find this to be a lot more stuck up basically. Okay, so there you go. It's a nice clean waistband, right? So we've got a nice looking waistband. Now you will see that that is very different than that. You see now that the hook, that pointy bit here, is completely gone by this one. Now it's nice and round. So that is what you want with your waistband. So, and the thing is, it's still curved around the hip very well as well, right? I mean, like that is still curving very well. So yeah, now that is how you make your waistband, how to fix your waistband basically.